Hi, this is Eric from VID00091 Fitness, and we've got this week's fitness tip, and we're going to be talking about 3D stretching. A lot of times we've been taught to stretch in one plane of motion, and really muscles, they contract and they stretch in 3 different planes of motion, so we need to stretch them in that kind of a manner. So we're going to do 3 muscles that are commonly stretched by people in the gym: the calf, the hamstring, and the hip flexor. And we're going to show you 3-dimensional stretching routines for each one of those. We're going to start with the calf. If you have a half-foam roller like this, or something like a rolled-up mat, that usually works best. You're going to put your ball of your foot on there, and then what you're going to do is step forward and keep your chest up. You always want to keep good posture, get your stretch straight on. Now this is your typical calf stretch, your bread and butter calf stretch, but how are we going to make this 3D? Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to just gently take and rotate our torso to one side, keep the ball of your foot flush to that pad or that roll-up mat, and just turn and hold here. You're going to feel that stretch migrate to the outside of your calf. And we're going to hold this as a whole separate stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds. Then we're going to go the other way, put this arm down, keep that foot straight, just turn that torso, and you're going to feel that stretch change, go more to the inside of your calf. And we're going to hold that one 20, 30 seconds as well. So that's how you can 3-dimensionally stretch your calf. So make sure, a lot of people have tight calves, and that affects movement tremendously, and how we run, how we squat, how we lunge. So keeping the calves loose should be a real big priority. Next one we need to do is the hip flexor. Everybody's heard of tight hip flexors pretty much. A lot of us have tight hip flexors because we sit a lot during the day and they sit in a shortened position. So this is a muscle group that pretty much everyone needs to stretch out. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to get into a lunge position on the ground. I like to have people, when they start doing this, put their hand on here just for a little stability and support. Kick this back leg out a little bit, and then you're just going to gently migrate forward until you get a stretch in the front of the hip. Draw your abs in a little bit. Once you get the stretch here, you're going to bring the arm up, and you're going to gently bend towards the ball or towards the lead leg side, and then you're gently going to twist, and that's going to make it 3-dimensional. It doesn't have to be a real intense twist, just a slight bend and twist. The bend gives us the lateral plane of motion, the twist gives us the rotational plane, and we're pushing forward at the same time, making it a 3D stretch. Now if you get cramping in your lower back, just come back out, set it up again. Always start forward. Once you're good forward, then start side bend, and then twist. Third and final stretch, the hamstrings. We're going to go over to the stretching table to demonstrate this one. Typically, people will throw their leg up and stretch their hamstring like this, which is good, but we're still leaving a couple parts of the hamstring out. So we want to stay, when we're stretching hamstrings, once again, make sure you're conscious of posture. Chest is up, shoulder blades back, abs drawn in. We can get it straight on like this. But once we're here straight on, we can also turn our leg, rotate it to the inside. You're going to feel that stretch change to the outside, which is your biceps femoris muscle, which externally rotates your leg. So by turning it in, you actually stretch that muscle out, that rotational property of that muscle. And then we also can turn it the other way and get the inner part of the hamstring. And what I like to do personally is I like to do just nice gentle rotation. Keep this leg flush, keep my posture good. And you're going to feel that change your hamstring stretch dramatically. So those are your 3 tips. 3-dimensional stretching for the calves, the hip flexors, and the hamstrings. Just add them to your current stretching routine. You'll love the results. This is Eric from VID00091 Fitness signing off for the week's fitness tip.